Hey guys, welcome back to Madison's Reading Corner. I'm Madison, and this is Lady, and today we're going to be talking all about my January TBR. So for January, my TBR isn't too big. In the past, some of my reading lists that I've wanted to do are ridiculously large. Feel free to refer back to my December TBR because that was ridiculous. And, you know, I didn't read even a fraction of the amount of books I said I was going to then. But I'm more secure about actually reading this number. So I have 5 books on my TBR for January. And a few of them are ones where I've already started them and I just need to finish them and I'm really close to finishing. So those will be ones that are really easy to finish, get done with. And then also there are a few that are completely new reads for me, so those are going to take a little bit longer, but I'm confident I can reach them. The first book on my TBR is Lyrial by Garth Nix. Lyrial is the second book in the Abhorsen series by Garth Nix, the first book being Sabriel, and I'm currently listening to the audiobooks, which are phenomenal. It's narrated by Tim Curry also, which is kind of a fun added bonus. If you know who Tim Curry is, you know how very expressive his voice is, how very entertaining he is. So he really brings the whole story to light, and the voices he does for the characters are amazing. And of course, you know, the whole book is great too. Garth Nix's writing is amazing. I'm going to be finishing the second book of the series probably later tonight actually. I only have like an hour left. And then I'm going to pick up with the next book, which is Abhorsen, and it's the third book in the series. So I'm really excited to read both of those this year. So that's numbers 1 and 2 on my January TBR. So for those who don't know, the Abhorsen series by Garth Nix follows Sabriel and several other exciting characters. But Sabriel is a necromancer who's charged with making sure that the dead stay dead and taking care of situations where the dead have risen and returning them to death. And so it kind of follows her whole adventure as she's trying to navigate these waters. She's only an 18-year-old girl, so she's young, she's trying to figure things out. And yeah, it's just really good. Overall, it's a wonderful story. It's fun, it's entertaining, the characters are great, the writing's wonderful. And the second book has been just as good. So I'm excited to finish the second and pick up the third. And then the next book on my TBR is one that I'm close to finishing but haven't done so yet. But I'm excited to do so because so far the story is amazing and I'm excited to see the rest of the series as well. But for January, I'm going to be finishing A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. The story follows our world hopper who's able to travel between the different variations of London. There's Red London where magic is really vibrant. There's Grey London where magic is practically non-existent. There's White London where there is magic but it's corrupted and there's problems everywhere. And then there's Black London, which has completely ceased to exist because the magic destroyed the entire universe. But it's an incredible story and I love the characters, I love the writing, I love the world, and I'm super excited to finish it. And then another book that I've been talking about for a while that I've needed to finish and it just hasn't happened yet, but I'm really close, is You Do You by Sarah Knight. You Do You is a self-help book essentially that's all about finding your inner strength and trusting yourself and being yourself and not being afraid to let your true self show. So it's a really good book. I love it. Her writing style is very entertaining. It's a very light-hearted approach and I think it's great. So definitely check it out and I'm going to finish it. And the next book that I'm going to read is one that I'm reading for my work book club. Yes, my work is that cool where we have a book club. But the book that we're reading for January is Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel. Station 11 is supposed to follow a group of actors where it's set in the future and it's kind of following them as they're trying to survive. The world's turned into a kind of a wasteland, but it's just a lot about the resilience of people and trying to make the best of situations. I don't know a lot about the book, but I'm excited to read it anyway. I think it's one where it's going to be good to not know a lot going in because then I'll be really surprised as everything unfolds. And then if I have time, which I may not, but I'm going to try to at least start reading Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. It's time to do this. I've been talking about this for like the past 3 videos, but I'm going to read it and I'm looking forward to it. If not in January, it will be done in February. So at some point you're going to hear a real review from me about what I think about it. This is a hopeful one for me. The other ones are definitely going to get done this month, but Court of Thorns and Roses is a maybe. So I guess we'll see. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. It definitely tells me the content that you guys like to see so I can create more of that in the future. What's on your reading list for this January or for this winter? I would love to hear about it in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys again next week. Bye!